HBO's celebrated miniseries Band of Brothers is full of powerful moments that continue to resonate long after the series first aired, yet 23 years on, and 80 years after the event itself, the show's D-Day episode remains one of its most effective. After completing their grueling training under David Schwimmer's draconian Captain Sobel in the show's opening, Easy Company board dozens of planes as they prepare for the invasion of northern France. This sets up the drama of Episode 2, Day of Days, which takes the D-Day story and offers an essential and intimate portrait of a specific aspect of the campaign. Like every Band of Brothers episode, Day of Days is grounded in historical fact. Centering on Easy Company's turbulent arrival in France under heavy German anti-aircraft fire, the episode showcases the soldiers' first real taste of warfare, as well as the quick thinking of commanders like Lieutenant Dick Winters, Damian Lewis. The real history of what happened in 1944 permeates the entire story, with Winters explicitly declaring the day a day of firsts and a final title card summing up the heroism of the men involved in destroying the guns at Brecourt Manor. Beyond this, however, Day of Days illuminates wider themes about the entire D-Day campaign. Band of Brothers' D-Day episode offers a new perspective on the attack. It's not the traditional D-Day narrative. Part of what makes Day of Days so compelling and essential is how it showcases an often undervalued aspect of the D-Day campaign. In many adaptations, such as Saving Private Ryan and Overlord, the emphasis is on the combat that took place on the beaches. Particularly in the case of Saving Private Ryan's opening scene, the terror and intensity of this frontal assault has a particular resonance with the viewing public. This has led to the understandable association in many people's minds that D-Day was predominantly about sending landing craft onto the German beaches and attacking the Nazis head-on. Band of Brothers challenges this perspective. Although the importance of the beach operation is always in the background, the episode instead focuses on the role of additional invading forces, such as the paratroopers of Easy Company. Day of Days explains how the chaos of the German anti-aircraft fire and the terror experienced by the paratroopers as their careful plan almost immediately became unstuck was just as intense as anything experienced on Omaha, Sword, Utah, Gold, and Juneau beaches. By providing a new perspective on the attack, Day of Days challenges the notion that D-Day was merely a blunt force charge into the face of the German guns. It also explores how different soldiers experienced different aspects of the terrifying reality of warfare, reminding viewers that the stories of those who fought are invariably more complicated than a single, beach-based perspective. It is both refreshing and vitally important when understanding what the D-Day operation was actually like that additional points of view are considered in order to present a fuller picture. Band of Brothers captures the scale of the operation. A new perspective highlights the size of what was involved. Band of Brothers' Day of Days soldiers in a trench. In providing the paratroopers' perspective and laying plain how central they were to the wider success of the operation, Day of Days demonstrates just how impressive D-Day was as a logistical exercise. In a way, the groundwork for this impact was laid in Band of Brothers Episode 1, Keahi, with both the details of Easy Company's training and the final shot of hundreds of planes preparing to leave for France showcasing the scale of what Allied forces were attempting to undertake. Combined with the fresh perspective Day of Days brings, this helps provide a more complete impression of everything that was happening on June 6, 1944. Much of Day of Days' success is rooted in the way in which the story defines D-Day as a complex machine of multiple moving parts, instead of the isolated incidents it is often reduced to on film. Saving Private Ryan, for example, is undeniably viscerally effective. However, despite its terrifying immersiveness, it's difficult to understand how the American soldiers' efforts impact the wider efforts elsewhere on the beach and beyond.